Today, I've got 3 tips for older beginner guitar players. Tip number 1, have a very specific goal. Now, I mean even more specific than younger guitar players. Ask yourself this question. I've been playing guitar for 1 year. Imagine, this is you in the future. What does a really successful year of playing guitar look like? The reason I ask this is because if a kid is 14, they're just getting into guitar and they're exploring and they're playing all sorts of things, they've got a ton of time after school, they're noodling around, they're just having a blast, they're gonna get better. As an adult, we have much less time, maybe getting 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day where you can play guitar and really dedicate some time to it is difficult. And so we wanna know, what exactly are we doing in that time and what are we shooting towards? Because if your goal is to show up at a blues jam and take a solo, you're practicing different things than if you want to whip out your guitar at a campfire and play your wife's favorite song. Those are 2 different goals, and we need to be chasing those particular goals, not just getting better at guitar. And the older we get and the less time we have to dedicate to the instrument, the more important having clarity there becomes. Number 2, play with other people even if you aren't ready. Now, I recommend this for everybody, but as an adult beginner, this is even more important. Other players who are better than you are gonna make you better, and the sooner you can play with them, the better. The goal when we get into guitar is to have a hobby that's fun, to enjoy playing and to make music. And so doing that as quickly as possible is super important. You may only know 1 song and 3 chords, but I bet you have a friend or a neighbor or somebody that will play guitar with you. If you're taking lessons, that's awesome. But if you're not, find some community that is in some way musical and get involved. Even if you're just listening at a jam and seeing what other people are doing, it's going to help you get better and be more confident when you are ready to play with other musicians. Tip number 3, you do not have to learn to read music. Now, some of you, this won't be a problem, you didn't want to anyway. But a lot of the adult beginners I've taught thought, I really need to learn to read music. And I think reading music is great if you want to, but here's the truth. I've played thousands of gigs as a guitar player, and I have never once been paid to read music. Spent a lot of time learning how to do it in college, still practice it today. I really like it. I think it's fun, but it's not something that's super useful for guitar players. Not many people know how to write music for the guitar. You get copied and pasted piano music and things that just aren't readable when you get into the situation, even when you think you are going to be able to read. There's not a ton of material out there for written guitar music. I mean, if you're trying to learn chords, do a Neil Young song, it's going to be next to impossible to find that written out in standard notation anywhere. Something better to learn is learning to read rhythms or chords over lyrics and decipher things of that nature. There are other ways to learn music theory than learning to read notes. A lot of guys who are chasing trying to read music when that didn't have anything to do with their goals because they thought it was the right thing to do when learning guitar. It's a mistake I don't want you to make. If you've gotten anything out of this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more daily guitar lessons. Leave a comment below and let me know what your specific goal is as a guitar player. What does a year of successful guitar playing look like? And remember, if you're struggling with bar chords, I've got a free guide that'll walk you through going from confused to confident in about 5 minutes on bar chords. That's free at guitargympro.com/bar-chords or following the link in the description.